human. So before entering into sex determination in human, in the yesterday's class, I already told to you the male symbol, transgender, female are all represented with a different symbol. For example, I am saying this as a male, I am saying this as a female. Together it's called transgender. Together it's called transgender, right? So, and then second thing is, if you're talking about sex determination in human, to understand, we need to know the sex determination in the case of avians, sex determination in the case of insects. Once upon a time, how the sex determination was evaluated with a specific set of information. First, they started with insects. In the insects, the great legend in the genetics, that too in the sex determination category, our hen king is a scientist, okay, who did the research work in the name looks a little bit funny like this. You don't think, okay, we should respect the scientist hen king. He did the sex determination study in the grasshopper, okay, and then he found that are not having some sperm cells are not having the chromosome with Y. I am keeping as Y minus. Some sperm cells are having the chromosome with Y plus. So those sperms which is having the Y chromosome, if it is interacting with the egg, you will be getting the male. Okay, you will be getting the male. If the sperm without Y chromosome, if it is interacting with the egg, okay, the particular insect will be getting the female progeny. So this is the concept we need to write as equation, and then you need to think whether you can do or not, right? So we discussed this very number of messages. Sex determination in human, of course, it indicates if this sperm carries this particular chromosome, okay, the probability of getting this particular sex is much more. If this sperm is carrying this particular chromosome, the probability of getting the sex is this much. Sperm, okay, sperm X plus, okay, sperm Y plus. So like this, what you write the equation, and then you keep in your mind in a shorthand, so that what you won't forget. Why? Because so many sentence reading and then memorizing and keeping and bringing the message again back whenever you need based on the question, it takes a lot of time for you. So sperm with X chromosome plus, sperm with Y chromosome plus, if it is interacting with the egg, you'll be getting female. With the egg, you'll be getting male. Like this, what you just keep the equation in the right hand side of your CBSE textbook. You write it and then keep it with you. Right now, we are coming for the next phase of explanation in the sex determination in human being. When we are narrating the explanation for you, here you can see the hen king concept we already narrated for you, right? So the sperm with X and Y chromosome, he found out this X chromosome in some sperm cells. He found out this Y chromosome, okay, with some sperm cells. So which sperm is not having the Y chromosome? We are calling that sperm is having X chromosome, like this we can say. That sperm is having X chromosome, like this we can narrate, right? So now we are coming for the next phase explanation is here, if you're talking about the sex chromosome, allosomes and autosomes. Autosomes are the chromosomes that are not sex chromosomes. As we already told a number of times, the autosome is the part of somatic chromosomes. So then what is the part of sex chromosome? Allosomes. Can you see this? Allosomes are also called as sex chromosomes. Autosomes also called as somatic chromosomes. Autosomes is also called as somatic chromosome. Autosome, again back, it is also called as somatic chromosome, right? So the somatic chromosome or autosome is totally distinct from sex chromosome and allosome in terms of having the allele for a various trait, right? So sometime in the case of CBSE board exam, differentiate allosome and autosome. We need to draw one table column, and then we need to narrate. So this is autosome and this is allosome, and then with autosome and allosome, you are giving so many narrations for each one of the particular content, right? So now we know very well the sperm cells with X chromosome, sperm cells with Y chromosome. When it is interacting with the egg, what will happen like this? I already told you, right? So now we are coming for sex determination in human. See, the word heterogamy, the word we are saying for the male. Why? Because the male is XY. So if the male is XY, we are calling that as heterogamy. If the male is having two similar chromosomes, we can call that as a homogamy. But we are not finding the male like this. Only we are finding in the case of female. Like this, we can say in most of the cases, whereas in few cases like transgenders, you can see in the case of Klinefelter syndrome, here you can see this double XY condition we can see, right? So there is a rare case, we are seeing the homogamity as well as we are seeing the heterogamity. Homogamity for X and heterogamity for Y and X we are observing. So that is the reason why we given different mark for this, right? So here, of course, I can bring the homogamity for few male having disorders, but the male who is normal, not having any type of chromosomal disorders, we can say only the male heterogamy, right? So now the other condition what we are saying for you is 23 pair of chromosome, okay, including one pair of sex chromosome, including one pair of sex chromosome. What do you mean about that? So here you know very well the 22 chromosomes are similar for both male and female, whereas in the case of male, we are seeing the sex chromosome as XY. In the case of female, we are saying as double X. So this 22 is nothing but what exactly? Okay, autosome. Autosome. So I can put minus X chromosome. Here I am putting the plus X. So plus X denotes what? Okay, sex chromosome. So minus X for 22, 22, whereas plus X, XY, XX. Like this, we already told you, right? So now we are coming for the second phase explanation is here in this particular concept, in the sperm with the X chromosome and the egg with the egg always with the X chromosome only. Egg always with the X chromosome only. The sperm with the X chromosome and egg with the Y chromosome, if it is getting fused, in the sense if the fertilization is completed, obviously the concerned resultant will be a female offspring, right? Female offspring. The female offspring is because of the sperm having X chromosome and egg having X chromosome. If it is getting fused, the resultant will be a female sex. The same thing we can say for the sperm with the Y chromosome, okay, and egg with the X chromosome. If it is getting fused, then the resultant will be a what? Male zygote. This male zygote will develop into a new progeny after getting the proper nourishment, etc. So now, if you're talking about male creates two different type of gamete, of course, whereas the female creates only one type of gamete. A female creates two type of gamete that we already told you as a symbol X to the upper script Y, X to the upper script X. Like this, don't write in your board exam. For your better understanding, for quick revision, we need to keep the symbolic way of representation. Whereas whenever you are writing in the exam, we need to write everything in elaborate way, right? So now we are coming for the next phase of explanation is nothing but if you're talking about it is sad that women in our culture are stigmatized and mistreated as a result of being accused of having female offspring. So it's not exactly correct. This is happening more frequently in the village side that we already told to you by doing the wrong amniocentesis. So amniocentesis is nothing but analysis of umbilical cord fluid. When we are doing it for understanding the genetic disorder, accept it. But if you're doing for understanding the sex, that is wrong. Why? Because in the case of village side, in the case of poor area, if they are finding that particular fetus, growing fetus, if it is female, okay, um, they used to use certain poison or the plant extracts, and then they will make the particular female to die, female fetus to die, right? So okay, even they'll give the buffalo milk also. Buffalo milk is having huge amount of lipid that will make the female fetus to die. So that is the reason why understanding the fetus chromosome is wrong by doing the amniotic fluid analysis. Okay, in amniotic fluid analysis, we'll take the amniotic fluid, we will evaluate the chromosome also for understanding the genetic disorder. But being a doctor of the gynecology department, I should not supposed to say this particular sex is male or female. That is offense in the developed countries like US, UK, Canada. They are following very strictly. So now we are coming for the second phase explanation, the sex determination in the human, which is the advanced version of the honeybee. Before studying the honeybee, we all know very well in the honeybee, okay, sex determination. Before starting the human, we started the insect. You saw that? Okay, you saw the insect, right? You saw the insect. Before discussing the sex determination in human, okay, we told hen king, we told about insects, right? Can you see this place here? Insect. So that insect information, grasshopper, our hen king did the research work in grasshopper, and furthermore example, what they did the sex determination evaluation in terms of understanding. Okay, so that what the human sex determination will be made very nicely. For that, what they did many insect studies for understanding the sex determination. Okay, so in the sex determination in the honeybee, when we are studying in detail, uh, we need to understand how many different type of honeybees are there. One is queen bee, of course. Other than queen bee, what else are there? Okay, workers is there. Drones are there. These are the different type of honeybees, right? So can you see this different type of honeybee here? Okay, drone, worker, queen bee. Okay, so all these things are okay. Now what we need to understand is basically the here in this particular condition, sex determination follows a unique sex of okay haplodiploidy condition. What do you mean about haplodiploidy condition? So you know very well female heterogamy because female workers and queen are diploid, okay, arising from the fertilized egg. Fertilized egg is also called as what? Zygote. Zygote is also called as what? Developing embryo. So this zygote is also called as developing embryo, which is going to become a new species. Okay, again back I'm repeating. Zygote is also called as fertilized egg. Okay, fertilized egg. Fertilized egg is also called as what? Developing embryo. So whereas in UK and US, instead of S, we used to say Z. Whereas in India, we used to use always we used to follow this S, not Z, right? So if you're seeing this concept very properly, the drones alone are sterile. Drones alone are sterile. It can't reproduce. The drone male can't reproduce. The female worker, okay, can you see this? The queens are diploid, right? So queen gives a egg which decides, okay, where and not to fertilize it, right? So what we need to understand basically in this entire picture, um, if I'm saying this concept, this flow chart, we need to correlate with this concept so that what you'll have the better clarity. Can you see this? The queen is assigned 32, the drones is assigned 16, right? So drone will make 16, 16 gamete. Gamete is 16 chromosome, another gamete is 16 chromosome. So if it is getting fused, you're getting the worker. You're getting the worker bee, worker honeybee, right? Can you see this place here? Worker honeybee, right? Worker bee. So there is a male, we are getting without fertilization. Okay, that means the queen egg, okay, if it is not getting fused or fertilized, then that will become a drone. That will become a drone, right? The drone is not getting fused with any of the gametes. It's not getting fused with any of the gametes. Okay, so we need to understand basically the single queen egg is becoming a male drone without any fertilization process. So how we'll call this a exact technical flow with a special term like this? Whenever you're asking me, we used to call as parthenogenesis process. So are we using this word only for the queen bee, or we are using for some avians, or using for some animals, for plant also? Yes, of course. Like this I can't say. Why? Because for the plants I am not using the word parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is different. Parthenocarpism is different. This both this word I can use for the plant, but parthenogenesis alone I can say for the animals. Under the animals, insects are coming. Under the animals, insects are coming. Parthenogenesis. So this parthenogenesis concept we are saying for this particular place, right? So again, back I'm repeating. The egg directly develops into zygote without male gamete. That is parthenogenesis. That is parthenogenesis. Parthenocarpism, very good example is false fruit. Sir, why when we are discussing about the honeybee, we are discussing parthenocarpism? Why? Because this is parthenogenesis. Most of the biology students are writing parthenocarpism here. That is wrong. Parthenogenesis alone, we should supposed to use it here, right? So now, if you are seeing this concept in detail, here in this entire concept, the queen bee lays the egg, of course. If the egg is developing without fertilization, I already told you, drone. But if it is getting fused with the other important gamete, you will be getting the diploid worker, which is 32, right? So this 32 indicates what? The 16 chromosomes, which are existing as a pair in queen bee, unlike drone, but similar to worker. So worker and queen bee are having similar set of parental chromosome, which is 32, whereas drone is having off of the parental chromosome. So that is the reason why the queen is represented as 2n, whereas drone is illustrated with single n, right? So this many number of messages are okay. Now we are coming for the second phase explanation is here chromosome sexual determination in different organisms. So if you're talking about the Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens are nothing but the human being, right? So they are having different type of sex determination. Like this, we are not saying, right? So as we already told you, the sperm cells and the egg, when it is getting fused, what type of sex will be coming? Also, we discussed. In addition to this, we told about heterogamy. The word we are using only for the male, but not for the female. But for female, also we can use heterogamy. For female, also we can use heterogamy. That is why the board people are very, very difficult people. Okay, they told gender disorder in your CBSE textbook. In the last paragraph of your CBSE textbook, okay, they told the female heterogamy, they told no. Male homogamy, they told no. Klinefelter syndrome, they told with double XY. And then they're not told male homogamy for X, I can say like this, they're not told. But in the board exam, they will ask. The board exam, they will ask. Okay, can you say the very good example for the male homogamy? Like this, if they are asking the question, we need to say male homogamy is observed only in the defective condition. Very good example is Klinefelter syndrome, where we are observing the X as homogamy. Like this, when we are saying, then you will get 2 marks, right? Or else you won't get the 2 marks. So male homogamy, which is not given in the book, but they given the explanation in the different order. With that order, what they will do, they will ask this question: male homogamy, male heterogamy, right? Be very careful. Now we are entering into the next important concept. The female heterogamy, the word, also they are not explained in the CBSE textbook. Okay, and for that the relevant example also they're not given. So that what, there is no chance for asking female heterogamy. There is no chance. Whereas male heterogamy, male homogamy, they can ask. Why? Because the male homogamy they given indirectly under Klinefelter syndrome, right? So now the particular male is having the breast, and then second thing is having the female appearances. These are the number of issues we are saying. Now we are coming for next phase explanation is fruit fly. In the fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster. Okay, see in the CBSE board exam, are you writing the genus name and species name, or like this? What they will check it always. Genus name and species name means you know very well. So genus name and species name, right? What is genus name? Drosophila is a genus name. What is the species name? Melanogaster is a species name, right? In this fruit fly, we already told in yesterday's class, there was a great deviation when Morgan did the experiment in the fruit fly, which is not exactly matching the Mendel's dihybrid cross, which is nothing but 9:3:3:1. This ratio we are not observing in the case of fruit fly. Okay, so 9:3:3:1 you put, and then you put one into, and then you put one arrow mark for the fruit fly. That's it. We can write the story. Mendel's dihybrid ratio 9:3:3:1. We are not exactly observing as a matching ratio of the fruit fly. The reason behind that is in this particular fruit fly, the defective allele is existing in the X chromosome instead of somatic chromosome. Like this, when you are writing the answer, you'll get full marks, right? So be competent enough. What type of difficult question they will ask? Okay, whenever you are seeing the Drosophila melanogaster, what type of difficult question they will ask? Like this, we need to understand. So now, this is the way the cross should be explained in your board exam. Okay, not necessary to draw the insect. Not necessary to draw the insect. Again, back I'm repeating. There are some students. Okay, we are pushing a lot of pulling a lot of time for drawing this particular insect diagram. Not required in this particular question, right? Now, if you're talking about this male fruit fly and female fruit fly, can you see this? This is a male fruit fly and female fruit fly. When it is getting crossed, so what is exactly happening? You will be getting this number of possibilities. Okay, what this number of possibilities? So equal number of female and equal number of male. So equal number of female and equal number of male you are getting in both these cases, right? Equal number of male and equal amount of female we are getting. Okay. So this is a checkerboard or Punnett square. This square is called Punnett square or checkerboard, which explains about the chromosome distribution of the various offsprings, indicating the phenotypic and genotypic probability. What do you mean about phenotype? In the yesterday's class, we already narrated for you the phenotype is nothing but what? It denotes the morphological features. Who is denoting the morphological features? The phenotype denotes the morphological features, whereas the genotype denotes the genotypic ratio. Phenotype, morphological feature, genotype, it explains the genetic information. So you know what is genotype? You know what is meant by phenotype. Yes, very good. Now we are coming for the next important concept in the sex determination. Here, any one of you have any doubt, please give the question in the Q&A session. Can you see this? The birds, basically, chicken, gallus. In all this species, basically, we are not observing the homogamy, heterogamity as in the case of human being. So we are observing the heterogamity. We are observing the heterogamity in female. We are observing the homogamy in the male. Homogamy in the male. Heterogamity in the female. Homogamy in the male. Heterogamity in the female, which is totally different with the male. Which is totally different from the human being male and human being female. Human male and human female is saying the different type of gametic information. What do you mean about gametic information? So the male is heterogametic and female is homogamic. But here it is totally different in the birds like chicken and gallus, right? So now, can you see this place here? Okay. So the female will produce only one type of gamete or two type of gamete. Of course, it can produce two type of gamete, Z and W, whereas the male will produce only one, that is Z. This is a message we need to understand. Now we are entering into the sex determination cockroach. Cockroach, how we used to call with zoological term, you already studied in the case of grade 11 CBSE. The cockroach name is, okay, Drosophila melanogaster for fruit fly, we told. This is called Periplana americana. Periplaneta americana. So, peri, plain, americana. Like this, what you split the word and then remember, Periplaneta americana is the zoological name of the cockroach, which is very, very important to understand for the sex determination area, so that what you'll balance it with the why, because if they're asking the 5-mark question, explain the sex determination in animals, means human sex determination alone, if you're writing, will not give the mark. Okay, sex determination in insect alone will not give the mark. Sex determination in avians, sex determination in the insect, sex determination in human. Like this, we need to write all the three, then only we get the full marks, right? So be very careful with all those things. Now, in the case of male, Z0 indicates what? Sex chromosome. ZZ denotes what? Sex chromosome. AA denotes what? AA denotes what? Somatic chromosome. What do you mean about somatic chromosome? Non-sex chromosome. What is meant by sex chromosome? Allosome. Okay, this non-sex chromosome are also called as autosome. Sex chromosome is also called as allosome. So again, back I'm repeating, you know what is autosome and you know what is meant by allosome. That we already discussed a number of time with you in the last class, right? So we need to understand what is this AA denotes. It is a allele? No. It is a chromosome? Yes. Okay. Here, so what is this A, Z? This is denoting the gametes. This is denoting the parent. This is denoting the FN generation. FN generation means first filial generation. So first filial generation is also called as FN generation, right? First filial generation is also called as FN generation. This generation is just FN, G, P. Like this, we need to write when you're writing the exam. If you're writing the same, like whatever we given in the box, you will get less marks. So that what we need to write the parental information, gamete information, first filial generation. So the probability of getting female and male we given in this graph, right? Now, if you're looking the concept in detail, uh, the male is having the Z pair. Okay, the female is having only one Z chromosome, only one Z chromosome, right? So male is called homogamety. Okay, female is called what? Heterogamety. So heterogamety. Ho, he, like this remember. Ho for male, he for female. Like this remember. Why? Because of the exam tension, sometimes we'll misplace and we'll instead of writing the information of the male, we'll be writing for the female. That creates a lot of confusion for the consent paper evaluator to understand your credentials. Now we are coming for mutation. Before going to the mutation, we'll be entering into the few questions. Okay, first we'll go to the examples. Can you see this? Quite amazing. Uh, the way how we present it for you in the case of answer. Haplodiploidy condition. What is this? Haplodiploidy condition. What do you mean about that? Any one of you can say this? So in this particular place, we are observing the haploid progeny also and diploid progeny also. Okay, now only we told honeybee for you with the chromosomal information. So at that time, we told to you the honeybee and the drone is a sterile one because it is having only haploid set of chromosome, that is n is equal to 16. So 2n is equal to 32, which is explained only for the queen bee and then what worker. So QW for 36 and then n equal to 16 is only for the drones. The drones are sterile, right? If you're talking about the honeybee having different sex determination, okay, the chromosome number concept we already discussed with you. If you're talking about the fertilization, queen bee lays an egg, okay. If she fertilizes the egg with the sperm stored in her body, it develops into the diploid individual, which can be either a female worker bee or a queen bee, right? Okay, here unfertilized egg, it remains haploid and develops into male drone bee. That we already told you when we explained this concept in the class hours before this worked example discussion, right? So in this worked example discussion, what we need to understand basically uh, here, male are haploid and having only one set of chromosome. And this system is an example for the male heterogamy. Male heterogamy. Can you see this XY? Whereas in the case of female, double X. But this concept is not the same for, now only we discussed Gallus, right? And then this concept is not same for, Gallus as in this, what we discussed, turkey bird is not given as an example, but we need to know the other examples as well, right? So now the female workers bee who shares 70% of the gene due to the common father drone. Okay, this cooperative behavior is a key feature of the honeybee colonies, right? So the female worker bee, okay, shares 70% of the gene due to the common father. Like this, we already narrated for you, right? Okay, common father is what? Drone. Drone is a common father, right? So these many number of explanation we already had given. haploid, single N, diploid, 2N. Okay, and then how come the drones are getting the further information because of the worker bee. Worker bee contribution for the drone is 70%. Worker bee contribution for the drone is 70% in terms of genetic material inheritance. So genetic material inheritance, right? Um, so genetic material information, 70% of the gene is getting transferred from worker bee to the drones.